pills, lap band surgery for children. What happened to a healthy diet and exercise?
Well, sometimes it's not that easy, John, but I can tell you the American Academy of Pediatrics has updated their recommendations regarding childhood obesity for the first time in 15 years. While they are still coming down hard on the fact that you need to change lifestyle behaviors, they are saying that should now be done in conjunction with potentially pharmacologic medications as well as even surgery for certain cases. They don't necessarily delineate who should be eligible for that, but they are mentioning that. And now, John, we had a rise in childhood obesity well before the pandemic. However, during the pandemic, as we know, we saw kids home from school. They stopped their activities, their social activities, their sports activities. So we had alarming rates of rising obesity in kids throughout the pandemic. But it's more than that, just John. In the last decade or so, you've heard this term of fat shaming. It has developed. And in the medical profession, we have an ethos to protect our patients from things that will cause them harm or in the future. Well, obesity-related illness costs the United States about $173 billion because obesity isn't being about, just being about large versus skinny. It's about the consequences that come with that. Diabetes, cardiovascular disease, joint problems, and even many cancers. And children who tend to be overweight in childhood, it tends to go on through adulthood. It is very unlikely for them to be overweight or obese as a child and then get to a healthy weight as they get older. But physicians have a hard time. They are now told that you have to use non-stigmatizing language. You shouldn't use the term obese or overweight because they may hurt the feelings of patients. Although those are medical terms, they want us to say unhealthy weights and so forth. And they're putting a lot more energy on how to make patients feel better instead of talking about the consequences of being at an unhealthy weight.
So to some degree, society is normalizing obesity. And when you take a look at what kids are exposed to these days in terms of what they eat, I'm not going to call it nutrition. A 20-ounce Coke has got 16 teaspoons of sugar in it. That's 130% of the daily value of sugar that they should be getting. They spend hours all day sitting around on devices or playing video games. They're eating fast or processed food. Where are the parents in all of this? The parents have got some say over what their children do because children don't become obese all on their own.
Well, John, 1 in 3 children are either overweight or obese. And I can tell you it is a higher proponent of people who are overweight and obese who are in lower income households. When you actually look at what is being bought with food stamps, 20 cents of every dollar spent with food stamps are going towards those sugary snacks, cookies, and sodas. Maybe we need to put a little bit more attention as to what people are buying and really make sure that the money that is helping people goes to the nutritious stuff for fruits, vegetables, and so forth. But it's not just about treating the child. This is an all hands on deck situation where you have to get the entire family involved because it is also cultural. If a child is overweight, it is highly likely there's someone else in their household that is overweight too. So by eating a healthier diet, making sure they have physical exercise and being under the care of the doctor, but making sure that entire family is involved, that's what's going to get us to a better place as a nation.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I saw a movie called That Sugar Film, which really sort of changed my whole attitude towards sugar. It's a good thing for people to see. Doc, it's great for people to see you as well, and thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.